Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Just Jocelyn. I have a super special show for you today. Not the norm, not the typical Just Jocelyn. This is going to be fun, super feminine, exciting. It's good for the eyes, it's good for the soul, and it's good for you that all love shopping and love being a woman. And men, pay attention. This is what your wives, your girlfriends, and your daughters want. They want you to pay attention. They want you to know what's good and what's beautiful, and they want you to buy it. Am I being sexist? Oh, yes. And I'm being totally feminine, and it's okay, and you know who I am. So without further ado, I'm going to invite you to my two good friends, Sarah Ibanez, welcome.
Thank you.
And Miss Natali Williams.
Hello.
Hello. And they are here to talk about Sarah's shop, because it's not a store.
No.
It's a shop, Gypsy Jolie.
Yes.
And so welcome both of you. I'm so glad you
Thank
could
you,
make
Jocelyn.
it. Talk to me about why did you even want to start a business, a store, and during COVID of all times? I mean, I know it wasn't intentional, but my gosh, what a, tying of the arms and a challenge.
Yeah. Well, I think that I came to a point where everything was made in China. You used to be able to go to, TJ or what have you and find an Italian bag or something. Mm-hmm. And now everything's made in China. So I wanted to start a store that everything was made in Italy. How about that?
I love it. Growing up in Europe,
yeah.
Spain, and Italy.
Yes.
Yes.
So for me, it got started actually in Spain.
Okay.
In Sevilla. And I fell in love with this shop that had all this flowing, beautiful. I see.
Frou-frou,
it was silk, and I went in there and bought a bunch of stuff. And when I got home, I checked the tags, and lo and behold, it was all made in Italy. And even in Spain, if you go to the Prado, if you have something, and my husband had to slap me, but it's true. It's just, you can really import Italian things and do very well.
And they're beautiful. Mm-hmm. And they're beautiful. And the leather.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ooh, I remember that.
Yes. So everything in my store is either made in Italy or made in the USA with Italian fabrics or leathers.
Oh,
so
very
materials.
Exciting.
Yeah.
So once you did, how did you come up with the name, first of all?
Well, I love the name. I just love the word gypsy. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, I did not know that that's a bad word now. I can't even use my name on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm
What's a bad name?
Gypsy.
Why?
It's one of those words that has become, bad.
Do you hear this stuff,
gypsy.
People?
Yeah.
Gypsy is a bad word?
And to me, it conjures up jewels,
to me,
and caravans
and jewelry, and the countryside and the moon.
Yes, and to me, just the look of the word is, I think, romantic and beautiful. So, but when I came up with it, I had no idea until I tried to go on Facebook and put my new shop on, and I had to name it Jolie, which is fine. But
so not to go political, but I totally will. So isn't that kind of like against the First Amendment right?
Well, I think
freedom of speech.
I think so, but the word police are sort of superseding that at this point, as we know. I mean, we're done with
the truth
with
chuckers.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the Jolie, to be honest, I wanted to keep the GJ because that's my mother's.
Well, just Jocelyn.
Oh, well, that too.
And you've got Gigi and I have
there's
JJ.
a few things that I noticed. It's my mother. Her name is Gladys Jean. And I wanted to keep that, and I just love the two letters. Mm-hmm. So
Ergo,
I designed this.
I see.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I just love the two letters.
It's classy.
So I was looking for an Italian word that starts with J, and Jolie is a female name that means almost the opposite of gypsy.
Okay.
It means hardworking.
Nice.
So you got your kind of free-flowing gypsy, and then you got your Jolie. So it's sort of a little play on words as well.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, Natali, how did you get involved in all of this? How did you meet Sarah?
Yes, well, I am dating her son, but also I was immediately...
The really handsome one?
Yes. I was immediately taken by her idea. And I think the first thing that definitely caught my attention was, number one, the inventory, obviously knowing that it's all from Italy. I had friends that studied abroad and they all came home with like bags for their entire family. And that's because the leather is just, it's incomparable of what you can find.
You can't find
here.
anything like it here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Buttery soft. You don't feel like you're holding this thing that doesn't move.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Buttery soft.
Yes.
This is Massimo Romolini, and when I contacted my suppliers in Italy, I said, who's the best? And they said Massimo. And look at the lining, and you got your little Italian. You cannot buy these in a department store. They're for boutiques only. And yes, that kind of fit my gypsy gilet.
So
kind
my
of
thing
a
is,
little bit
after
of a,
growing up in Europe,
yeah, leather.
Yeah.
there is a definite, and it's smell as in the good way,
Right,
fragrance to real leather.
right, right. So this is from Florence.
Stunning.
And it's got the Chanel collar.
Yes.
So all of the like
the
detail
detailing.
is here. So it's not too much. You know,
It's
you
not
can
all
wear a
in your
t-shirt.
face, right.
Wear a white t-shirt
Dress
with
it
this, and or you can wear it. And also, I can wear this easily inside, per your description. Yeah, it's like a very buttery, soft, light leather.
Oh my goodness.
And it also
I
comes
love
in
that. Hold up.
the tan cognac, actually.
Oh, and look at that in the detail on that back.
Yep.
On the lining.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same jacket, just two different. Oh, that doesn't have that lining,
No.
does it? I thought it did.
See? Talk about detail.
It's just cool, and you take that off, throw it over your
love
chair,
it.
and everybody's like, what's that?
It's mine, don't touch, but I can tell you where you can get one.
Yes, so these come from Florence.
Florence, I
And
love
of course,
that.
that is the capital
put
of
that on the
leather in the world.
back.
And I didn't think to bring this stuff just because it's more wintry, but I also have a cashmere fox fur line. This is Bruno Carlo. And this is, I can't remember the name of her little town, but these Italian shopkeepers, they Skyped me and they brought me downstairs, and their fathers and mothers were working, and they've been there since the 70s. And I got to pick all my different
That's
combos.
stunning.
And this is a scarf. This is just a scarf.
That's a scarf?
This is a scarf. Probably should have Natalie do it, but this is a scarf.
Oh, because I hate hats.
I hate hats too.
I also look kind of stupid in them. I'm sorry,
bet
I'm
you
one of those
don't.
people that can't wear hats. That's
Thank you.
gorgeous.
I wore this in New York City when I went. Again, you can wear this with jeans or really dressy. Let's be honest, you can. So yeah. So I have a few cool things from Bruno Carlo, and again, they do have things in some of the larger. This gal does. You can find some
Shawls
of the stuff in
and different-
Nordstrom's.
Yeah, as well? Okay.
Nordstrom's. Yeah, I have. I think I gave you one.
Yeah.
That cute little asymmetric. It's kind of a poncho. And the one that I gave her is this lovely sort of ecru color with the fox fur that I think was called silver fox.
Yeah.
Really pretty combination.
Gorgeous.
So unique would be another word that you could use in your shop.
Definitely.
And not made from China.
And not made from China. I have a couple of friends, not to digress, but I have a couple of friends down in Boston who also do internet shows and stuff with me.
Oh.
And during COVID, they'd go out there, and they are Italian,
Yes.
purebred Italian.
Oh, cool.
So Stiletto and Gina and G2 and all those guys and Al and those. So they would go to the stores purposely, and they would go through and they'd flip something over and go, made in China. Go to made in China. Go down the rack.
These are my people.
Made in China. And they would go crazy in the store. Do you have anything not made in China?
No.
Could we put
No.
something? Can I buy something? Do you have a pair of socks? Any underwear? They were hysterical, and they'd record themselves doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Good. Good.
So people are sick of no choices. And this is not to bash China, because they're making money and doing what they do. However, hello, America, our politicians, the people that are supposed to be bringing a plethora
TJ Maxx
of
and
things.
Marshalls, hello.
Where are you?
So
where is the choice?
So
No
I
choice.
learned from a really great shopkeeper. Her name is Kim Lively down in Newburyport. She's got several boutiques. She said TJ Maxx sold out. They don't bring in leftovers from the high end places anymore. That's and I'm like, well, that explains it. You know. So anyhow, like I say, I ran into the fact that even Sevilla, which is my favorite city in Europe, one of them, but everything was Italian. So that's where I got the idea. And
That's
then
brilliant.
look how she wears this. I mean, I thought it was for older gals like myself, but she can just, this is a beautiful.
This is stunning.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And you know what stands out to me is coloring.
Yes.
The shading.
Look at her
The
eyes.
subtlety. I mean, it's like it was made for you.
Yes.
The way that it blends with the skin, so you're not looking at this whatever the
Right, exactly.
blue of the day is, the red of the day, whatever thing that they dyed our clothes with.
Right. Yeah. So this is, I believe, the Georgette silk, and I have this in kind of like a golden black, and also one that has some blue in it. But this is just, her eyes are like this color.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
crazy.
I
I'm like,
love the pants.
yes.
Oh, yep.
So they're legs, but they also have the split
Yeah.
so that it's not as form-fitting. And again, there's that free-flowing softness.
Again, I was thinking of my age, because like what I'm wearing, I wore this Saratoga. I have a pink one. She loves, I have this color. I have a kind of a silver, I call it silver
Yeah.
fox blue. It's just a really old-fashioned antique blue in this. And you can wear this out in 100-degree weather, you know, and just
and it doesn't stick to you, and it doesn't.
I got fitted for my hat on Broadway, you know, down in Saratoga, and I went out and it just flows. And that's the thing, we dress for women, don't we? But men notice. And the comment that I get from men are like, woo, you just flowed in here, you know, and they notice the flow. They love the way that a woman is feminine again.
is it's for some people, it's not for me, it's not for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's very distracting from wanting to be fashionable.
Yeah,
It leaves nothing to the imagination, in my opinion.
yeah.
And I'm entitled to that, so.
And again, Natalie's wearing this beautiful belt.
I was just going to ask you about that,
but
Natalie.
these are all from is it Streets Ahead?
Yep.
So Streets Ahead is you can get these in Bergdorf. What's it called?
Bergdorf.
Goodman.
Thank you. I don't know why I can't say that, but and I looked them up this morning, and I sell them for less than what they do, but they don't have these colors. They're big into black and gold, which I am too. You know,
but everything can't be black
But
and
when I went
gold.
to New York City and I saw this color combination, this
love
sort of
that.
burnished like silver with and it's just beautiful, and she wears it beautifully, just with her
This is
coloring.
so stunning.
Yeah, yeah.
So when that lockdown happened, I'm not going to give them any extra
No,
things. So
that didn't happen to me.
it didn't happen to you because you didn't.
I didn't
have
do
a
anything.
normal storefront. You didn't have a normal.
Well, this is when I came up with this idea.
Okay.
Okay, so the business model, my hair is crazy, sorry, I should have left my hair up. The business model is that it's a private Italian boutique, and it's, you know, you can't close me down. You know, you can call my number and make an appointment, and I'll play whatever music you like. We usually play John Mayer or
Yep.
something like that, you know, and we just serve wine and champagne, and I have so many good things to try on, and my shop's just very Italian with beautiful
and very personable.
very it's a really personal experience. And it's fun too.
Yeah, it's so
we
much
had
fun.
fun just preparing for this, and she's trying things on, and I'm like, girl, I didn't know that was like, I put it on, and that's just, you know.
But to
doesn't
see
look
it
the
on
same.
somebody else,
Yeah.
it's a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
But it also makes you think, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Oh, I
Yeah.
like this, oh, I like that. And it makes you think even more. And
So back to the business model, though, and this is where Natalie comes in. Great idea, you know, but I can't sit there. I'm on the second floor where I am.
Okay.
So I can't, you know, people don't just come in off the street. So I said to Natali, I said, can you help me? So she's basically my chief marketing officer.
Oh, nice.
And she's kind of taking that business model into a more reasonable area where, I kind of that's not what I like to touch things. I like to know what I'm buying. I'm not like someone that buys things online. So, but she's really good at showcasing.
But there are people that do,
exactly,
and that's okay for them. So you don't want to exclude them. You want them to be part of this whole event and intrigue and experience.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of flexibility to online options because you can, help people style them through photos and talk about what it looks best with, and describing it in that way, like just along with this description. You're so good with words, and she's so good at making you feel the experience through that. So you might as well try it online as well and see how that goes. So
I like it. It. So many people are online. I don't have a lot of luck that way. I stick to just basics for online, but clothing, I'm like you. The minute you brought that leather out, I'm like, growing up in London.
I can spot fake leather from a distance.
You can see it from 3 miles away. I know you.
Yeah.
When I was dancing with the Royal Academy, so we'd go in and we'd have you find your point shoes, and you didn't have 7 million choices back then. So I was with Freed of London. I loved Freed shoes, and so I had the point shoes made for me. And the most exciting part was to smell the handmade
yes,
point shoe with the real satin and the leather sole, and it was just so exciting. And I can totally understand how you both feel about.
For me, that was Florence, Italy, and I kind of so here's how difficult it is to set up, something out of nothing. I mean, I started with just a black nothing, and I knew what I wanted. So the first thing I did is I set up a website, but I had nothing. I didn't have a shop yet. So I put on my website this story that Natali loved. It's just about the feel of the European shopkeeper and the way they take care with your, the things that you buy, and the way they take time with you, and just kind of addressing that, that we don't have that anymore.
Correct.
We're all under fluorescent lights, and, wherever we shop.
And hurry up, and racks upon racks, and you're flipping through. And
and the strange thing was, I'm in Salem, and now they've got that new little village, and I would fit in perfectly there. So that's kind of where I would like to go with this in the future. But we've just a lovely shop. And it's not gray. Nothing in my shop is gray.
Good.
It's gold. Everything's gold, and just, black and white, and just fun.
European colors.
Yeah, it's just fun,
The special touches that we don't find here anymore. Like you said, fluorescent lights, just whatever
I have feathers.
They call those.
Feathers are a thing. All my lamps are feather, and I have this big chandelier. It's actually very 80s. I'm in the building where the Coliseum is. So that 80s building, but I have this window, and I made this beautiful valance, like a huge black and white valance with beautiful, and it just came out really nice. So, but the point is, I had to set up a website and actually have an LLC, so that then when I would get in touch with Italy, I would be they could see that I'm a bona fide, retailer versus someone,
and that they could do business with you.
Exactly. So that had to be my first step. So that's where this story came from, because I really had nothing to put on there. I put on, some of the things that I planned on ordering from Italy, and we went from there.
Now, is it easy to get the items shipped here? Importing?
That was a thing too. It was during the whole, backup of the, what we saw in California, but my stuff was coming from Italy, so no problems for me. It was coming into New York and New Jersey.
Yep, and right to your shop.
So it all seems so just perfect, So once I really got things set up, And I didn't want a packed shop. It's a small boutique.
Choice items.
But I kind of got a little crazy, and I went to the Coterie in New York City, and Natalie's going to go with me this next time. And I kind of ventured out into these jean jackets.
I love this.
Well, these are all, and they all have, like this one.
Love the collar.
Yeah, so this is obviously the Louis Vuitton. This is an American company, American-made jean jacket. And I got to put but this one here is the, what they do is they put the receipt in it. And this one's from, I think it's from San Francisco. But this is called the Let's Go scarf. And you can see how much they paid for it, $500 just for the scarf. But instead of wearing it around your neck,
You wear it on.
they have this beautiful company that puts it into, builds it into the jean jacket. And it's beautifully done. And this is the Let's Go
stunning.
scarf with all the Louis Vuitton travel cases. And yeah, of course, my favorite are the Gucci's. I can't help it. But, you know, women have their,
Everybody has, you know what, the whole point, ooh,
yeah.
the whole point is to have a choice with one item.
Yeah. And these are not fakes. These are really,
Oh.
yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that.
It took me a while to figure, what did I say this was called? The
Oh, it's Rombo.
Rombo.
Yeah.
It's called the Rombo. Rombo. I have no idea why. I have to look up that word. But, and then of course this one's my
That
favorite.
one. Yes. I was just going to say that's my
Yeah,
favorite.
colors.
This one I have too. It's got the horse bit collar.
Yes.
All right. And they incorporate the Gucci ribbon, which I love that detail. And then this one
I
is,
love the coloring.
yeah. Yeah.
Those are my colors.
This is the tassel.
I mean, I love pink, but pink's not my thing. After how many years of ballet, pink's not my thing.
yeah.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
wow.
So this one's mine. And I sell these for less than the company that I got them for. I need to let you know that. I've had people call them and see how much it would be, and I'm at least $300 less than what they're they're not
there you
cheap.
are.
These are not cheap.
No, well, this is clothing that is not going to rip and break.
I wear
is
this
not
with everything
clothing.
out. I mean,
I see.
Oh,
you a
and the
lot.
cuffs
and
too.
and you can do the turn back cuffs, and it matches.
Yeah, I wear it with everything.
It's just style that
Now,
we just don't see.
Natalie and I have issues because I won't do the Canadian tuxedo, and she's like, "Oh, yes, you can." And I guess that's back.
Canadian tuxedo.
Denim and denim.
Yeah.
We went through that in the 80s, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that's what it was called, though.
Oh, no?
I didn't know it was called that.
Well, I
No.
definitely,
Everyone in Spain is wearing
So they wear
the jean on
denim
jean.
and denim.
Yep.
yeah.
It's back in.
It's back in, but I don't think it ever should have been in to begin with. I'm just saying, I'm not.
Yeah.
But she can pull it off.
I'm having problems with the huge amount of rips and
Oh, yeah.
the tat. We called it tatty, tatty, tatty
Oh, yeah.
jeans
Yeah.
when we were growing up in England, and you did that when you'd go to Regent Street or someplace like that, but
Yeah.
you didn't wear that any other place. But
Oh.
it was a thing, but it
But
wasn't.
you were high end. She's Sally. So,
Hey, I used to shop at Harrods. So my
been
school
there.
was behind Harrods,
Really?
and we'd go through Harrods, and then
Yeah.
get on the bus and go home.
yeah.
So I was spoiled.
Nice.
I got to see, and spoiled with opportunity, not necessarily spoiled with being able to buy whatever I want,
Yeah.
but to understand. So when we'd go to Spain on holiday, so back then they did the pony coats and the pony jackets, which
Oh, yeah.
that was a big thing there. And now that I know what they do, I'm like, no, thank
Oh,
you, no, and they don't do it anymore. But then
Okay.
you'd get all your leather shoes there, your leather sandals. So you'd buy 5, 6, 7 pair to go back,
Right.
because you couldn't get them in
Yeah.
England.
Well, you could get beautiful things in England. There's no doubt about that.
Oh,
though.
absolutely, it's just different.
Yeah. Well, today it is different because everybody, even Europe, is sort of been overtaken by the Chinese market, and if you've ever seen it online, the way they treat these people that
it's
make these
horrendous.
things that we buy, you would not buy it. But you're confounded to find something out
Try
there.
and find something,
try to
anything.
find something.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's at the dollar store. Everything's at the,
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And you search, you can try and try and try.
Right.
And it's very, very, very difficult.
Very difficult. So if you come to my shop, I will
I was
make
just gonna
sure
say.
that, if you're a gentleman and you're, buying for your wife or girlfriend, I will make sure that you go home. You don't have to wrap things. Let's just put it that way.
So everything will be absolutely beautifully and impeccably presented.
Exactly.
So you look stupendous when you give that gift to somebody.
You look like a champ. You look like a champ.
I love it. So tell us again. So Gypsy Jolie.
Yes.
And you're in Salem.
Yes.
And people can find you on the web. How do they find you?
We are on Instagram. It's Gypsy Jolie Boutique.
Yes.
And then we also are on we have our own website as well, which is gypsyjolie.com, I believe.
Yeah. And then, like I say, the Facebook thing, it's, somehow I snuck in the Gypsy Jolie on, because that's all meta. I snuck it on the Instagram. But by the time I made somewhere between when I set up and went back to Facebook, they decided that word was.
Wow. All right. So if you would like some beautiful, beautiful, unique, gorgeous, real leather, real silk, authentic clothing, one of a kind that you will never throw away, that it will last the test of times, classic. There's the word we want. Classic.
Right.
This is where you want to be. And we're going to have Sarah and Natali back again. Maybe we might be able to figure out a little bit of a fashion show or bring somebody on and dress them and have a really good time. So thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate
Jocelyn.
it. And we will see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Gypsy Jolie.